Hello there, everybody. It's wee Paddy from across the shop. I hope you like my new centerfold, my front and forward. This is my wee pat. This is a patch. Tony Meter had done it for me for my channel. So I was just doing. I've done a wee photocopy of it, and I'm going to try and get wee badges made up. Not just at the moment. It's something that's going to be in the pipeline, and we'll get wee badges made up to give away, not to sell, just to give away. Don't do selling. So that's something for the future. So I shall professionally move this from stage, exit left, and there we go. I'm going to have that there just as eye candy. What are we doing today, folks? This is what we're doing today. This is the Sanrenmu 7116 SUE-GH-D7 multifunctional folding knife black. Now, that's a good handful. You just walk into the shop and ask for that. So, typical Chinese descriptive powers. It comes in this wee box. I'm not going to show you the box. This is what it is. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? It's a little pouch. It's a folding knife, and it's like a multi-tool, basically, in this lovely little, it's like a ballistic nylon, but it is extremely well made. With Sanrenmu, they do tend to go over the top in the little bits. You have elastic on the side, your wee tool in there, but it's so well made, and you can just, this button is great. You don't even have to take your belt off. You can just put it on. But it's so well made. I have to tell you, you'll use this, if you don't use it for the wee knife, because there's a clip on the knife as well to put in your pocket. You put a torch or flashlight, something on this, and it takes up no room in the side of your belt. I brought this in just as a wee comparison. That's my Leatherman Pulse. So that's the size of it. It's smaller than the Leatherman Pulse pouch, and just maybe a wee bit wider, not much, but so just for a comparison. So why did I get this? Why have I done the multi? Dead simple. People asked for it, and somebody asked for this one in particular, and I know I should have wrote his name down, and I blooming didn't, but that's me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to tell you a wee bit about it, because this is not something that I have my multi-tool. So I have that Pulse, and it's over 20-year-old. It's perfect. Everything locks on. It was one of the best that Leatherman came out with, and to me, it's still as good as the day it was bought. So I've no need for another one. I don't collect multi-tools. That's not my thing. But somebody asked me to get this, and there's another reason why I went ahead and got it coming up at the end of it. So I'll just set that there. Here's your knife. Look at the wee multi-tool. There's a wee clip there on it. Can you see that? There's the back of it. Well, there's some tools which we'll go to, and there's the front of it. And now, there's a little flicker here, and much like the last Sanrenmu I had, although it was a brilliant knife, the flicker is not the best, but that's not the point. Look at the size of that knife blade for a wee multi-tool. You know, that's bigger than what I've got in my Leatherman. It's a lovely made Sanrenmu knife. Like, look at the grinds on that on either side. What was I going to do? Oh, I knew there was something. Sorry, I'm just talking behind you here. This is it out of the box. I have not touched this up or done anything to this knife. That's it. Sanrenmu nearly always come very good from the factory. So it's an excellent little knife, and really big for a multi-tool. You know, quite substantial, and it's actually made from 12C27, which is the Swedish Sandvik steel. So really good steel on this. You're not going to believe what price this is for. I'm going to show you. This is a slip joint, but because of your flipper, again, great. It holds in there. It's 3.5 fingers on this side, but very, very ergonomic in the hands. There's no real hot points. Do you know what I mean? You could work away with that and cut away. It's pretty good. It's a G10 handle, and it's nice. There's a couple of wee stripes in it. There's nothing, you know, it's nothing over fancy, but it's such a good wee tool. And let's say I showed you that. Now, this is the bit I like. That's a slip joint. Here's another function that you don't see that often. Look at that. Look at that wee saw blade. And it's a double row saw blade with two small, I'm going to bring that up there. Can you see that? It's absolutely lovely. It really is a lovely little saw blade. And it works. But the best thing about the saw blade is, because these things are lethal, I don't know how many times you cut yourself, it's a locking saw blade. There's a liner lock in here, pull it across, and then put your saw blade away. Fantastic. Just fantastic in a wee knife this size. There's your glass breaker on the bottom of it. Oh, can you see that? Yep, there's your glass breaker. Not a problem. Smash anything with that. Absolutely well made. Well done. And then the rest of your tools are on the back. And let's just start. Here we have your seatbelt cutter. Can you see that now? There's your seatbelt cutter. On the top of the seatbelt cutter, you have the posi drive screwdriver. Absolutely great. Handy to have it there. Does it cut? I don't know. Let's just see what it cuts. Again, I haven't sharpened this. If you look at that, it's straight from the factory. There's no markings on it. Now, here it is. Oh, bloomin' heck. I wanted to give that a really big pull so I didn't look stupid, but I didn't really need to at all. Paracord, look at that. And that's a short bit held in my hand. So, excellent, excellent. Better than good. That is excellent. So you have that. Next one you have, oh, this is for all you men in there. You have a nice little nail file, and again a small screwdriver, flat head at the end of that. Lovely blue colour to go with your nail polish. And the last is the obligatory bottle opener and a flathead screwdriver, or it's actually shaped, if you see that there. Can you see the end of that there? It's actually shaped. It can be used for a bit of prying. If you wanted to use that for a bit of prying. This is really quite sturdy. So, you know, yes, I don't really need one of these, but I was so impressed with what they've managed to do in a small package. That is a great thing to take if you go into the woods for a wee walk for the day, or you go out on a hike. You've got a really good functional knife with Sandvik steel. You've got a saw with you. You've got a bottle opener to open your beer when you get there. There's a can opener to get the beans out. It's just a lovely, lovely little multi-tool. But there's more. I'll set that there. Inside of this little thing is in the back. Oh. And inside there, can you see that? There's another 4 bits. And this is the bit here that goes into the little hex hole here at the top. That's going to be your extension so that you can turn it. And the 4 bits in there, there's one flathead, there's one posi drive, and there's 2, this is where we're going to look, 2 Torx bits, a 6 and an 8, which just happen to be the most used Torx bits for our knives. Or, you know, our normal folding knives. So, how handy is that? This is just so handy. It slips in, it's its own wee pouch at the back, just slips in there, and then your knife goes in front of it. Isn't that just so handy? So, how much is this going to cost me, I hear you saying? Well, I'm going to tell you how much it's going to cost you. This little knife, with its pouch, with its extra bits, is going to cost £12. That is about $15. Now, I'm sorry, to me, Gearbest can't have it. You know, they do some stuff, but that is absolutely fabulous. $15 for that. And I'm just going to show you what size the knife is. I'm just going to measure it here. The knife itself, the cutting edge of the knife is over 2 inches. Over 2 inches. And what's that in centimeters? It's 6.5 centimeters long, the cutting edge on that knife. Isn't that smashing? So that's a really substantial wee knife. It'll do most days' work if that's what you want to do. And with a Sandvik steel, why wouldn't it do it? You know, it'll do it lovely. You've seen how sharp, with that seatbelt cutter alone, that shocked me how sharp that was. I had not tried that. Trust me. I wanted to leave it and do it on this video so that people know just what they're getting. Because for something like this, I'm not sure of, so I wanted to do it. This is what comes from the factory. This is the way that knife has come without being touched. I've fallen and I've took it, looked at things, but I had not cut anything. I just wanted to leave that for the video. And if it was bad, it was bad. You've seen it in front of me. The only thing is the wee flipper doesn't do good, but it's not a flick knife, do you know what I mean? But it gets the blade out. You can open it with your hands, and there you go. So, I honestly believe that is the bargain. You know, $15, £12. That, to me, that is just great. And I mean, I, I don't know how to do it. I really don't know how to do it. And the fact that they give you this lovely ballistic nylon case that goes on your belt, properly studded. I mean, the fit and finish of that is absolutely perfect. There's not a fault on it. Couldn't find fault at all. So, I'm going to tell you what it all weighs all together. I'm not going to do it individually because it's a wee multi-tool. When it's on your belt, and I put it on my belt, you actually genuinely don't feel it. So we'll do ounces first. Ounces, it is 5.3 ounces. That's everything. That's the knife, the extra bits, the bit holder, and the case. 5.3 ounces. That's nothing. Nothing. Now, let's get these wee grammy things. Wee grammy things, 151 grams. So, for a multi-tool on the side, I'll tell you what my Leatherman is. There we go. There's a sort of comparison. Although, yes, there's more tools on my Leatherman and probably a better quality. But, so 201 grams, that's my Leatherman. And what's that in ounces? In ounces, that is 7.1. So, you know, that is a big difference in weight. So, I think that's a lovely tool to use. Now, that's the review done of this. This second part is, I just want to let you know, as you know, I got an awful lot of subs from Birdshot 4. Frankie and Bird over there, they just were so nice to me. They gave me a real boost. And just at a time when, to be quite honest, I really just needed it. You know, YouTube had sort of taken things off it. I mean, I do this for pleasure anyway, but I just felt as if, you know, sometimes you get like that. So they give me a real boost. And it's been a joyous pleasure struggling to keep up with comments. A real joyous pleasure. And I know that over the next, 4 or 6 months, I'll get to know an awful lot of you better. And that's great. That's the part of it that I look forward to. So, I was saying last year, I done 3 prizes at December time, and I said that's what I'll probably do each year. Not thinking that this was going to happen. So, what I'm going to do now, for 2,000, when I hit 2,000 subs, I'm just over 1,700. So there's no rush. I mean, I'm just telling you, I want to do the longer it takes. No, that's not a good thing to say. No. The quicker it takes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting stuff away for one big prize. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be one big prize for people to enter into. Now, there's an exception for that. I'll have one big prize, and then I'm going to do one for under 18s who can't get knives. But, so what I've got put away at the moment, this is going to be part of the prize. The Big Brother knife that I've already reviewed, the big copy of a Mannix 2XL or whatever it is, that's going to be a part of the prize. A little small Fura, the little Fura knife. You've seen that. The little Fura knife. That's S35VN and titanium. This is a little flashlight. And this is a USB rechargeable. Look at that wee flashlight. It's great. It must be about 80 lumens on it, right? And it's USB rechargeable. So that's what I've got so far going towards that 2,000 prize. I want to get a better knife to sort of finish that off. I've got I want to do more on the EDC side, if that makes any sense. So I've got a little wallet that I'm going to put in, and I'm going to put different wee things that would make up EDC that we use all the time. I love doing my EDC, and I do it more on my Instagram channel, which is in the same name. So if you're not there, pop over, please join in that. I post nearly every day on that, sometimes twice. So these 4 are the start of my wee box over here, and I'm going to keep them in the wee box, and they're going to be for our 2,000 sub giveaway. Now, I hope that will please you. It'll please me to do it. Never mind please you. It'll please me to do it because you really are a great bunch. Oh, what am I going to do next? The next review will be of this beauty, and this is the fixed blade Sanrenmu. Comes in a Kydex with a Kydex type sheath, which is fantastic. The retention on it is just out of this world, and it's multi-positional on your belt. You can have it any which way you want to carry it. This is another bargain beyond. And don't forget, we get money off, right? As long as these items that I'm putting up here are not in the sale, you'll get money off, and it's usually between 15 and 20%. So I'll put this up on my channel along with the wee multi-tool today, and you can go and check them and see what you think. But I just think that's a fantastic value. Fantastic. So I hope you like that. I've enjoyed the wee video again. I haven't made one for about 3 or 4 days, which is long for me. So it's nice to be back. Thank you very much for listening to my old waffle, and I shall head off now and plan my next video. Take care. All the best, wee Paddy. Away for a cup of tea. Bye now.